to the Mudavadi family, led by Honorable Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, former Vice President, former Deputy Prime Minister, and former Chancellor of Exchequer. Chancellor of Exchequer, for those who do not know, is Minister for Finance. To the First Deputy President and our new Constitution, William Samoei Ruto, to the party leaders present, and I'm glad they are all lawyers. There's Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, I think, and there is Moses Wetangula of Bungoma. My speaker, I want to recognize you. I want to recognize a former senator, now chief secretary, no, cabinet secretary, health. So I've just removed my mask in case you're getting worried. And I think they'd cleaned it. You had cleaned it? Yeah. Abandu mwezi, murembe handi. Because of the special occasion, I took an opportunity just to join a few remarks here, because I want them to go out very, very clearly. We are all gathered here to pay tribute to Mama Hannah Achanzale Mudavadi, who was a great wife, a loving mother, and a friend to all. There is cause to pause, to reflect and appreciate, and there is cause to celebrate and thank God for having made Mama Anna survive her husband for 31 years and given her a lifespan of 92 years. These 92 years have enriched not only the family, it has enriched all of us, including my namesake, Eugene Wamala. Sorry, I've forgotten it. We celebrate her as a wife. She was a wife of noble character, who was her husband's Honorable Moses Mudavadi crown. And there I'm quoting Proverbs 12:4, which talks about a noble wife, who a noble wife is. And Proverbs 31:10 continues to say that noble wife is far more than rubies. I will invite you all in your quiet moments later on today, if possible, or tomorrow, to go and read Proverbs chapter 31. And in Proverbs chapter 31 has about 30 verses on the characteristics of a noble wife. And if you read that chapter, each sentence answers to Mama Anna. If I go through it now, it will take too long. So I'm now giving you that homework. And when I meet you next, I'll ask you, have you read? Have you read Proverbs 31? What does verse 10 say? What does verse 17 say? As we all know, in those days, there were only two homes which received huge delegations. The Kabarak home of the then President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, and the Mululu home of Mudavadi Senior. Unlike the Kabarak home, the Mululu home did not have the state or government machinery to assist in the preparations of food, of drinks, etc. It must also be recalled that in those days, there were no caterers. Nowadays, you just hire a caterer, professional, and he does the job. There were no caterers. So it all depended on Mama Anna. Mama Anna, who was very ably assisted by the daughters to do the job. And if you read the tributes by the daughters, they were each assigned a function to do. I think Abi Kahai was assigned a function of the kitchen, cooking. Another one was assigned a function of making sure that the food was available and it was enough, and so on. And therefore, Mama Anna, as a wife of noble character, as per Proverbs 31, she usually woke up while it was still dark and set about her work vigorously to provide food for not only her family, but the very many visitors and delegations that visited the Mululu home. And as for those characteristics, refer particularly to Proverbs 31, verses 15 and 17. I can tell you that all these leaders here, and those who are not here, throughout Kenya, and in particular Western Province, tasted the hospitality of Mama Anna. And not just leaders, the common man tasted and enjoyed her generosity to the children and stepchildren and grandchildren. I would say that it is impossible to overstate the role and importance of a mother or a grandmother. Yours is indeed a great loss, and we have all felt it myself when my father passed away and when my mother passed away. And I can here state that when my father passed away, the Mudavadi'S family stood by me. When my mother passed away, the Mudavadi'S family stood by me. The pain that is there, I can just feel for you as you go through this time. And nobody should say that because she was 92 years old. No, you feel that loss. But now, beyond feeling the loss, you must start appreciating. You, as you feel the loss, you can only live in hope that it is not final. The journey she has gone now will also be your journey when the good Lord calls you, and you'll join her in heaven. In the meantime, let Anna's unconditional love to each one of you be forever be etched in your precious memories. There is a Jewish proverb which says that God could not be everywhere, so he made mothers. He made mothers. And Abraham Lincoln, who said that no person is poor who has had a godly mother. And we have heard testimonies here from everybody that Mama Anna was indeed a godly, had indeed a godly character. So appreciate her as a godly mother, and because of that, know each one of you, that you are blessed by God and live in those blessings. Although I had known Mama Anna earlier, and I believe if you go to the history, you'll find that my father taught her husband at Kima, and he was a classmate of my uncle, Gideon. And therefore we knew each other. But I really came to know her a little bit more closely, not in 1960, as Honorable Zipporah Kitoni. That was a bit too, but I can say 10 years later, 15 years later, I came to know her properly in 1975, and that is when there was an election petition filed by Bahati Semo against Honorable Mudavadi. I stayed in Mululu village for 2 days just to get to know the terrain of the Vihiga constituency, and thereafter all the almost 50 witnesses came and stayed in Nairobi, big hotel there. What was Fairview? It's not Fairview. Anyway, where I now went through their statements. I came to enjoy the loving, warm hospitality of Mama Anna. From then on, I was literally treated as a child of the Mudavadi family. And Mama Anna would, when he brought some food to his siblings, his children, will also include a portion for me. And I remember getting various vegetables such as kunde, omurere, sugar, but what I liked most was tiswa and mushrooms and quails. Now with the quails, I made sure that that was cooked when I'm alone, not when I'm a visitor, because I liked quails. And Mama Anna used to bring them from time to time. Oh, tisindu. We call it in Luyak tisindu. Mama ya tisindu. Mama nyabula ita. Tisindu. Yande danga tisindu. Ntisire. David atashenyane. Mu bedroom. Because I wanted to enjoy it. It's very, very good. Other MPs, I think Osothi and your deputy have talked how you assisted them in various ways and so on. Me, I can really say maybe I'm where I am now because of the Mudavadi family. You know, you can have all the qualifications in the world, first-class degrees and everything, but unless sometimes, for some of these very sensitive positions, you have somebody who can now say, I know Amos Wako is a good boy, he can do this job, blah, blah, blah. You never get it. And I know for sure that the Honorable Substone, Moses, Mudavadi, after the petition, nearly sold me where it mattered. And although he passed on, he sold me so well that the appointing authority still remembered that Substone told me Amos was correct, and I was appointed. So it contributed greatly to what I am now. And I regard this relationship as one of the key and positive relationships that God has enabled me to have in this life. And my prayer is that we continue in that relationship. We continue to stand together in good times and in bad times, in good and bad times, in successes and in failures, and so on. on behalf of myself, my family, and on behalf of the people of Busia, I convey my sincere condolences to you. And we shall stand together. Thank you. Now I have my eyes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Senator Wako. I don't know.